Daily Chat with Andy the Gabby Cabby. Live from the cab. Hope you're doing all right. I've got this funny bloody thing somewhere. Let's try and deal with this. I think it's the sunshine. It's putting a weird streak across my window where the car's parked. Try that as well. No good. Oh, well, we'll have to put up with it. I hope everyone's all right today. Sunday, isn't it? It's been a busy week for me. I had a nice bit of chilled time at home today with the family, doing very little. Sad day tomorrow, of course, is my friend's funeral, which we've just been busying ourselves for today. It's a black tie event, the old traditional black tie event. Mine got shredded, so I had to go and find another one from somewhere else, as you do. But there you go. Hello, John Harris. Hello, Julie Keys. We're starting to get people in. I was just jabbering to myself for a few seconds there. I'm just going to adjust this again because it's whoa, that's come off totally. I'm just getting a bit of trouble with the old display. Bear with me a second, guys. Oh God, what is going on here? Everything's going wrong today. You might get a bit of a twist round. There we go. That's a bit better. Yes, 19 people just done the 360 in my car. Very, very good. Let's see who we've got. Everything Andy and everyone in the chat. It's M. Perry, good to see you. Sue Amos, hello. McCard staff, good to see you. Tracy Regan, Kim Alliston. Thinking of you tomorrow. This time is the funeral. Thank you, Kim. That's very kind of you. Not really a day I relish, but we have to do these things. I'm now very dizzy. Laugh out loud. Yes, mother. You've been dizzy for years. And I'm not talking about in the physical sense. You can slap me later. Oops, late again. Sorry. You're right, Divium Ringo. We've just got here. No problems there. The Manchester Man, hello to you. Who else we got here? Julie Keys saying hello to me mum. Ren Nebula, Bridget, good to see you as well. All the regular people are coming in. It's wonderful. It's very hot and muggy this evening over in the cab. I think it's still been quite a warm day. I don't know what the weather's been like where you are. I mean, we had some rain last night. I thought it was going to break the temperature, but it didn't in the end. It's been warm again today, and I've got the old t-shirt on and the shorts and everything else. All right, Andy, you seem to be all at 6s and 7s. Are you okay? I'm all right, Mike. I just had a bit of a technical failure with the stand for my phone. It kind of twisted round and nearly fell off, so I had to sort that out. Hello, Lorna McKenzie. Good to see you. Who else have we got here? Just everybody saying hello to everybody. That's wonderful. Talking of being at 6s and 7s, I was looking at some of the news today. And, found you, Andy, only after 2 minutes. That's Alan Pate. That's wonderful. Listen, before I go on, everybody, if you haven't done so already, give the thumbs up a hit as soon as you come in. Let's get the number of people watching and the number of thumbs up to parity as soon as possible, as they call it. Yeah, we have... let's pull this up, and I'll see what I'm talking about. Tommy Moore, hello to you. April CL, hello to you. Good to see you all. And as I said, get them thumbs up going. Let's get them. PJ Mosley, yes, we are all well. Well, I can speak for myself, but I'm sure everybody else is as well. Yes, the fine art of distraction. I was talking to a passenger last night, and quite a knowledgeable fellow, actually, and we spoke all the way home. And we were talking about the state of affairs, politics and news and all this sort of thing, as you do. And he was saying about stuff like the Human Rights Act and what's going to happen there and all the rest of it. And we started talking about the state of the mainstream media. And he's right. My comment to him was, I do wonder what the mainstream media are distracting us with now to try and hide away what they're actually trying to pull. I mean, look at some of this utter shite. Boris Johnson actively thinking about leading Britain into 2030s despite by-election defeat. I mean, look, there he is, bold as brass. He reckons he's going to carry on leading. Putin pledges to supply Belarus with nuclear-capable missiles. Oh, I'm shaking in my boots. There's a little bit here about Glastonbury. I mean, look, that lovely Greta Thunberg has been crowding up the place. I would rather give that a wide berth. I think it's turned into a lefty fest, really. There was a load of political bullshittery and everything else there. Paul McCartney, of course, 80 years old and still rocking. Yeah, here we go, Glastonbury. Olivia Rodrigo and Lily Allen hit out at US Supreme Court overturning Roe versus Wade. All right, there's going to be a lot of emotion, but it's a fucking musical festival, for Christ's sake. Is it really the place for political discourse? And Zelensky addressing Glastonbury as well. Why? Again, it's a music festival. Why are we using this for political discourse? Beggars belief. Ban on Russian gold imports. Where else are we? Oh, this is a corker. Apparently, if World War III breaks out, you've got that right there. We'll get bombed first. They'll take out London. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Diane Abacus and John McDonnell tell Keir Starmer to get off the fence post, which he's got firmly rammed up his. Yeah. Boris Johnson wants to abandon plans for £150,000 treehouse for his son. I think the press have got hold of that and ran with it personally. I mean, it's a bit of a kick in the teeth, them spending that, I suppose, when the rest of us are struggling. 12,000 migrants have crossed the Channel to reach the UK this year. I call them dinghy divers, the same as you, and I suspect the number is far more than 12,000. This makes me laugh as well. Police recruitment target of 20,000 new officers on track. Kit Malthouse tells GB News. We have a problem with this, Mr. Malthouse. You see, the 20,000 aren't coming through quick enough. They have to be trained. I bet you're probably more worried about diversity than actually being able to do the goddamn job. And what about those retiring and having enough and walking away from policing because it's becoming too politically correct and they're not allowed to do the job anymore? You don't see those kind of things in the press, really. It's just... You know, here's another one. Andrew Brigden confirms bid to change 1922 committee rules to allow another vote of no confidence. We're worried about Boris and nuclear weapons and what Lefty said what at Glastonbury. It's all over the damn news. And Prince Charles as well. Well, yeah, there's... we could say a few things there, which I might come to in a minute. But for now, let's have a look, see what you're all saying. Oh, pardon me, Windies. I remember you saying that you live in Kent. We live in Westmoreland. No rain here. That's Kim Alliston. I'm okay. Where else are we? Hello, Anna Perkins. Good to see you. You haven't missed much, actually. Paul McCartney and my mum were born the same day 80 years ago. You know, that Piers Morgan fella was on saying, you know, McCartney's one of the greatest musicians of all time. He may well be, but I think for a long time his voice has sounded very tired. Maybe age is catching up with him, I don't know, but to stand on a stage like that at 80 years old and do that is incredible, really. But hats off to him and happy birthday to Paul McCartney. Dry and overcast Chester, yes. Well, I'll show you what's going on here right now. Let's get a little bit of dizzy again. There you go, that's out my gaff right now. You can see all the way down there, and that's towards the sea again down that way, and it's just at the top of my road. It's quite nice, actually. let's put this back on so you've got my boat race again. There we go. Stink Pooter is in the house. Hello to you. I tend not to watch BBC now, but listen to a bit of Glastonbury on Radio 6, then watch cricket highlights on 2, both accompanied by news, with Convid's cases thrown in. It's funny you mentioned the Convids, actually, Kevin. I have seen more people lately walking around like Darth Vader again, you know. I'm going to do my shopping at Tesco's. And it's absolutely mad that this is happening all over again. My son Jack has just come to the actual end of the driveway and waved a mobile phone at me, and he's actually showing me that he's watching my live stream while we speak. I don't know whether there'll be some comments come up sooner or later. Where are we? We have 12,000 fewer police since the Conservatives come into power 12 years ago. It's exactly my point, Kevin. So whatever they put back, there's going to be a deficit right from the off. Let's talk about that, shall we, right now? Funny how I mentioned Prince Charles, and I got a slight disconnect there. Yes, Prince Charles accepted a suitcase stuffed full of €1 million in cash from Qatari sheik. And there we go. There they are. Let's have a look, shall we? The photo camera never lies. There you are, right there. There he is. And there's excuses and stuff all over the place. Prince Charles is alleged to have accepted €3 million from a Qatari sheik, included $1 million of cash in a suitcase. Sheikh Hamad bin Jazim bin Jabbar El Fari, I can't even fucking say it, is said to have handed over banknotes to the Prince of Wales in meetings between 2011 to 2015. It's claimed that on one occasion $1 million was handed over in a holdall at a meeting at Clarence House. On another occasion, cash was stuffed into carrier bags from upmarket London store Farnham and Mason. The newspaper reported the money was given over in €500 notes. I didn't know you could have such big notes. That's incredible. A now discontinued denomination dubbed the Bin Laden for its link to terrorist financing. Clarence House said the money was passed immediately to one of the Prince's charities who carried out the appropriate covenants and assured us all the correct procedures were followed. Well. The charity in question is the Prince of Wales Charitable Fund, whose stated aim is to transform the lives and build sustainable communities by awarding grants to good causes in areas like conservation, education, health and social inclusion.
So, okay, Nana Junior, she thinks that it's mummy because I just looked in the chat and she says, "Hi, Dawn."
Come here. He's been standing in front of my car for ages. Look. Oh, blimey. He's just... Look, see? Look what you made me do.
No, look.
No, don't you fiddle with my screen.
Up.
No, I'm not scrolling up anyway. You got your own way. Say hello.
Hello.
Hello. Hi, Jack. There's Nana Jean right there. See?
Nana Jean. So basically, I was scrolling up in the chat and I saw you. It isn't mummy on it live, it's me. But I'm on mummy's phone.
All right. Lorna Mackenzie, Jack. Hello, Jack, Hannah Perkins says. He's literally been standing in front of my bloody car, waving his phone like this, going, look at me, look at me. M. Perry, hiya, Jack. John Harrington. Tommy Moore. Yeah.
Can you read out my comments?
I haven't even seen your comments.
Get up a bit more, I think. It's on Dawn's phone. Dawny. Yeah, go up a bit more.
Thanks, Belfast Mickey. I saw your comment about keeping up the good work.
Wait, go back down. Yeah, there.
I'm on my mum's phone.
Yeah.
Oh, right, okay.
And then go back up again?
No, I'm not going back up, Jack. I'm not going comment chasing.
Okay, I'll hit hi.
Right, okay. Hi, Jack. Tracy Regan says. Kim Alston says hi as well. So you're getting a few hellos there. Okay. Is there anything else you would like to say before you bugger off?
I lifted 36 kilograms.
Oh, he lifted 36 kilograms today, by the way. He's doing a bit of the old weighty lifting kind of thing. And, yes.
Nanny, if you saw me do it, Nana June, if you saw me do it, and you would have screamed.
She would have screamed.
And
Put your face in.
And when you drop it, it sounds really loud.
Okay. That should be booger off, Andy. Yeah, go on, booger off.
No. Anyway, Daddy said he won't post it on Facebook because, and then Mummy, and I said why, and then Mummy was like, because I don't want Karens on my. Mummy said that you don't want Karens.
He learned today what a Karen is. Yes, we're getting there with education. Trouble is, I mentioned the word lefty today, and he said, "What's a lefty?"
If you're smart, then what's 18 times 12?
18 times 12. You're smarter than me, so you say
216.
216.
For me, any times table, which how fast I can do it.
8 8s.
So, wait, 64.
6 6s.
36.
9 8s.
72.
7 8s.
56.
11 11s.
121.
12 12s.
144.
Any a smart Alec?
No, give me one in the 18s.
18 times 7.
18 times 7. I did that one at school. Wait. 18, 36, 54, 72, 90, 108, 126.
I'll take your word for it. Time to say goodbye, Jack.
Bye.
Bye. Go
Daddy,
on.
looking at. Yeah, 12 times 18 is 216.
216. Right.
Bye bye.
Say goodbye. Go on. Booger off.
Bye. 56.
Goodbye.
Someone put 7 times 8. 56.
I knew that was going to happen. If I had the reverse camera angle, he come out and he was waving a phone at me in front of the car going, blah, 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 blah. Jesus, right. Let's get back to it. Boxer. Yes, he boxes my eardrums on a regular basis. Where are we? Right. Yes, the charity in question, Prince of Wales Charitable Fund, whose stated aim is to transform lives and build sustainable communities by awarding grants to good causes in areas like conservationism, education, health and social inclusion, all very lefty-like stuff. It's understood at least one trustee had no idea about the gifts from the Qatari. None of Prince Charles's meetings with him appeared on the court circular record of royal engagements. There is no suggestion the payments were illegal. However, it does raise questions about the prince's personal judgment and where it comes from. The Metropolitan Police said earlier this year it's investigating the claims under the Honours Prevention of Abuses Act 1925. The revelation comes even though Prince Charles vowed to make amends to the UK's human rights record by announcing a National Day of Remembrance for victims of the British slave trade. Virtual signalling crap. Qatar has often been questioned about its human rights records. It's illegal to be gay in the Arab state, and women are heavily discriminated against. The country hosts the World Cup this year amid claims emerging from Amnesty International showing 6,500 migrant workers died in construction schemes. Qatar contests these figures, funnily enough. The controversy has overshadowed reports that Charles is advocating for the slave trade to be taught as widely as the Holocaust. And, you know, if he's going to be king, God help us, he's sticking his beak into all this political stuff, isn't he? Which he should keep his backside out of, really quite seriously. If the monarchy has a future, he needs to shut up. That's my opinion of it. Listen, everybody, this is the Daily Chat with Andy the Gabby Cabby. I hope you're all doing okay. We got intruded and gate crashed just a short time ago. Jack with his times tables, his mischief and everything else. If you haven't done so already and you're just in the chat, we got 87 watching and 48 thumbs up. So if you haven't done, give us a thumbs up. That'll be wonderful. Let's try and get the 2 level pegging. That'll be wonderful. And also, if you're new to the Gabby Cabby and you've just started watching today, please consider subscribing as well. We need to get those up and get those up as much as we can. And thank you everybody for your support over on social media as well, and also your comments and kind contributions to the channel overall. Very much appreciated. Well, the airlines. Hey, I was complaining bitterly over the last couple of days about problems we've had at Gatwick with regard to flight delays, cancellations, and all this sort of business. In fact, every single plane this week coming into Gatwick there's been a problem with, which has led to mass disruption. You know, you get a couple of hours here and a couple of hours there, and it piles on. Let me show you this picture. I don't know if you can make that out, the bit on one side. There's a girl flat on her butt, and a man that looks like he's laid in and done something rather daft. Well, the headline goes, furious EasyJet passenger shoves his girlfriend out the way and then punches airport staff. Now, I'm not quite sure what he was hoping to achieve with that one, but it all happened in Bristol Airport. That's one right out on the limb I've not been to for a long time. In fact, I've only been there once, to be honest. John Harrington, I've not had any problems with Jet 2, actually. They've been one of the better ones. This security footage shows this man pushing a woman who they think's his girlfriend to the floor, and then he's gone and had a go at staff members, punching and kicking them. And these are staff members that wear the old high-vis vests, so they're easily identifiable. A crowd of horrified passengers witnessed it, and they were waiting to board a flight at Bristol, which was going to take them to Alicante in Spain. Screams can be heard as the enraged man punches a worker and then knocks the other immediately after, leaving both of them on the floor. So he's flipped, basically. One of the employees quickly manages to separate him from his colleagues and then calls security. A second man can then be seen holding back one of the attacked airport staff as the woman stands up now, pushes him back. According to eyewitnesses, the pair were stopped from boarding the plane because they were pissed. There's that rearing its ugly head again. The man reportedly began shouting at staff at the gate, and airport security and other passengers came over to calm it all down, you know, calm the fuck down, as Tom Hanks says. Steve Rich told Bristol Live all of a sudden the passenger just threw a fist over one of the guy's shoulders and caught a security guard on the mouth. The 2 girls who were working the gate were in floods of tears because it was so scary. Yeah, I bet it was. But before the security arrived, you got 2 people saying, how are you going to stop us getting through to get on this flight? Well, that's like red rag to a bull, that is. They were in tears, and kids everywhere. I had my 6-year-old, a passerby said. There is a clip of the incident on Twitter. And Somerset and Avon police have said that the man and woman were arrested on suspicion of assault and both been interviewed and given conditional cautions. Now, from my understanding, a conditional caution usually is you're let out on the basis you don't repeat the behaviour that's got you in the shit in the first place. So, yeah. I wouldn't let them on the plane if they're going to behave like that. I mean, let's see if this video actually plays. No, it's not going to have it. It was trying to go, but it wasn't. So, I mean, we're getting all this trouble all over the place, aren't we, with, you know, airport disruptions, and it's, you know, it's causing bad behaviour and mayhem no matter where you look. It really is crazy stuff. And also, I mean, let's move on to the streets of London, for example. There's another one here. A 31-year-old man has been knifed to death outside a Wetherspoons pub in an unsafe area. Well, guess where that unsafe area is? London, yes. Outside of a Wetherspoons. Here's a picture of the scene here. You can see that. See, they've cordoned it off and got the old forensics tent there, so somebody's met their maker in a very unpleasant way. An urgent investigation has been launched after a man was stabbed to death outside a West London pub. There you go, yet again, London. I don't want to go there anymore. He was killed outside the Moon Underwater Wetherspoons in Hounslow in the early hours of Saturday morning. He was initially reported as seriously injured, but was pronounced dead at the scene as paramedics couldn't save him. Tributes and flowers have been laid. He's not been identified yet. Hounslow local Ramon Baggett, if I've said their name correctly, my apologies if I don't. The young people go to the pub there, and old people too. It's a bad mix. I don't go there anymore. I feel bad for him. I think a lot of people saw him in Hounslow. Seeing police here is normal. There's many stabbings and many deaths. I wish to move out as soon as possible. It's cheap here, so people who don't like the violence can't move because everywhere's more expensive. I suppose if you've got an area of town where you've got this, people aren't really going to want to live there. Maybe that reflects in the price. No one has been arrested for the violence yet, but people have promised an extensive and painstaking investigation. Oh, okay. Detective Chief Inspector James Shirley said, I'm appealing for anyone who was in the area and has yet to speak with police to get in touch. Even if you do not believe you saw anything of particular significance, please make contact with detectives. At the end of the day, the thing is, if you see something, say something. And it's very applicable. I also want to hear from anyone who took photos or captured footage on their phone or other device, and from any drivers with dash cam footage from the local area at the time this happened. There is currently a forensics tent outside the Moon Under the Water, and police were seen in the area throughout the day gathering evidence. So, you know, yet again, another young life snuffed out. And you wonder when it's going to stop. And then you've got, you know, worries about diversity in the police force and, you know, silliness projects all over the place. Meanwhile, people are dying. And I mean, another thing that I look at the ULEZ, you know, putting people off wanting to drive to the place. It's nuts. It really is nuts. Listen, folks, this is the Gabby Cabby daily chat with me. Thank you for joining me. If you haven't done so already, please hit the thumbs up button. We've got 97 in the chat, 61 thumbs up, so we could do with another 30 or so just to bring the numbers up. So if you could do that for me, that would be wonderful. We usually like to get to 100 before the end of proceedings. If you haven't done so already as well, please subscribe to Andy the Gabby Cabby. It's been a bit of a weird couple of weeks, really, because everything that's happened in the old personal arena with me has kind of knocked me for six, and I haven't been able to, you know, put so much time to YouTube as I have been, and the airport side of things has been very, very, very busy as well, to the extent I'm thinking, what the hell is going on? But hopefully the next few weeks will calm down just a little bit, and then we can get some more content thumped into this. Andy, are you going to go back to live streams every night? John Harris asks. Yes, as soon as I am physically able to. I mean, the problem I've got at the moment, John, is purely the airports. I mean, you know, you have a flight that's due in at 4 o'clock in the afternoon on a Tuesday, and then all of a sudden it's delayed till 9 o'clock on the following Wednesday night, and it just blows everything out of the water. You know, I could say to the customers, not my fault, Gov, it's the airlines, but you know, if you've taken someone to their holiday, you can't really abandon them. That's not moral and that's not right. So I'm having to muck into that a lot more. But what I've realised is I need to kind of alter the number of bookings I've got to try and cope with what's going on. But yes, it's not a case of I don't want to do them. I do want to do them, and when practical, I will do them. It's just not the most easiest of things right now, because of what's going on with my main line of business, and I'm hoping that will calm down. I think with the main summer season, it's been particularly bad, and EasyJet and TUI and British Airways and all the others are continuing to cancel an awful lot of flights still. So who knows? Will it continue? I mean, I had a regular customer message me today asking for a trip there and back for 4 people. I don't know whether I'll be able to cover it. It's as simple as that. It depends on timings and everything else. Yeah, exactly, Alan Pape. I can only do so much. I'll be honest with you. I'm a driver. I'm a taxi driver through and through, and it's what I do. It's what I've done for years. But I found I very much enjoy this, sitting here talking to you and giving my opinion on content just as much, if not more. And it's finding the balance between the two. But at the moment, the airport side of things is crazy. Yeah, I did see a comment from Kim Alliston there. What we got? Andy, I met a cab driver last night and he told me that there's a real lack of taxi drivers due to the lockdown. I told him about Andy the Gabby Cabby, and he put your YouTube page on his phone. Excellent. Thank you, Kim. I appreciate that. Yeah, and he's absolutely dead right. I mean, what happened down here, I mean, my business is airports, and you've got the normal taxi trade as well. And when Boris said stay at home, protect the NHS, wear a bra over your face and save lives, what he was in fact doing was signalling the death knells of pretty much many industries. And with taxiing, it's very interesting. If everybody goes in to, into their houses and doesn't come out, the normal taxi drivers don't have any customers and therefore can't make any money. If they're told to stay in, they can't go on their holiday, and therefore Andy the Gabby Cabby can't make any money. So then you have to think to yourself, then what? I mean, with me, I started, piling into this YouTube channel, and we know where it's got. And also, I started doing food delivery jobs, Uber Eats, Just Eat, whatever I could to make ends meet. And what happens when you get back to normal life, or as normal as it can be, people want taxis and they want the services again that they were used to having beforehand, and it's a struggle to fulfill all of the requirements. And particularly with the circuit drivers, what happens is a lot of them that have gone to the Just Eat and everything have suddenly realised there's no expensive car they need, there's no circuit fee, the insurance is a lot cheaper, and you don't have someone breathing down your neck, forgetting the fact you're self-employed and can do what the fuck you like. So they think that it's heaven and they don't go back. So it just makes a shortage overall. I need an estate car driver, really, an additional one. I have one. I have 2 saloons, and then I have me in this bus, and I need one more. Can I find them? Can I fuck? No one's just responding to the adverts at all. I mean, what's exacerbated the situation is my dear friend whose funeral there is tomorrow. He was like my right-hand man, my number one asset, and literally everything we took together and just got it covered. And that reliability isn't there anymore. So it's just trying to find it, really. It'll get better. It'll get better in time. I always have faith that things will be all right in the end, and they will. It can just take a little bit of time, and you have to have a little bit of faith sometimes that will actually work out. Klaus Schwab, I always get his name wrong to an insanely silly amount, is pushing a credit card that will track your carbon consumption and cut you off when you have used up all your credits. You're after getting a private jet. Yes, I can well believe that. today's congressional testimony, Dr. Deborah Birx admits the Biden admin's vaccine efficacy claims are actually just based on hope, not science. I think it's the same in a lot of places, isn't it, Tony? David Crosby, thank you for the £1 super chat. I appreciate your support. Thank you very much. That's wonderful. And don't forget, everybody, there's a basic YouTube membership there where you can chuck in £1. Keeps me in my Coke habit, you see. And yes, it's wonderful, and I appreciate all that support. And it gives a little bit every month, not much, but a little bit, and it's great. How much Class 1 tramper? What's taxi paying London rates? God knows. Anal Schwab can go forth, in my opinion. Yeah, I've noticed you've left the multiply bit off the end of that. Julie Marks, hello Andy, hope you're keeping well. I'm fine, thank you, Julie. Nice to see you here. Thank you for joining us. Lee, Coke Cabot can be expensive. Yes, it can be. Russia thinks we're frightened of their stupid nuclear news. It's all their paid stooges, isn't it? Trying to scare the shit out of us. But the problem is our media is using it for good effect as well and sticking it on there. Hello, Rafi. Good to see you. I'm fine. And hope everything is getting on okay with where you are, and people are getting the food that they need and the support that they need. Some of those videos you showed me were awful. I wouldn't want to live in those conditions. I heard Jacob Rees-Mogg reply to a question when he was interviewed to name a Brexit positive. He said cheaper fish fingers. I think he said cheaper, was it shoes or sandals or socks or something a couple of years ago as well. Coke is tasty, Julie Mark says. We can't be any worse, Jane Griffiths says. Listen, folks, we got 116 watching, 83 likes now, so let's get these up to a ton. That'll be great. I appreciate that if you can. If you haven't done so, please get the like button pushed. I have to give a little reminder, and we get up there. That's 88 now, so that's a little jump. And we can do more. 89, so that's 11 left out of 118 watching. So let's get that done. Thank you. My grandfather worked at Manchester Airport taxi rank for 35 years almost. Always got time for a cabbie. A lot of cabbies are salt of the earth. We're just kind of normal people and just want to chat, get you to somewhere, do a job, and yeah, it's crazy. Airport runs are the cream. Is that so, Andy? They're not bad. They're not bad. It's been difficult lately because we've had to put our fares up by quite an extent as well because of the fuel, and it's kind of scared a few people, but I think they'll realise in the end we ain't got a lot of choice. So I have to see about that. What would it take for you to stop taxi driving and make a living on YouTube? Well, it would have to take a lot more than is going through. I mean, let's just say at Christmas time I did all right because I could give more time to it, but it's proportional, you know. The more you can put in, the more you get out. It's the same as anything, but it's having that consistent time to get something out. You know, I did have like a recording schedule once before where I recorded everything at a set time and put it out, and then you just get shit in life thrown in the way, and it can be very difficult. It can be very difficult. Andy, it will never stop. Been going on for centuries, mate. Yeah, and it just, with the cost of running your business over which you have little control, are you close to a tipping point to quit cabbing? Not anywhere near Anna Perkins. It's a strain, but one of the things my friend that's just left this mortal plane helped me build this business to what it is today, and I'll be damned if I let it fail. In his memory, if nothing else, I made a promise that I would keep it going no matter the cost, and I will keep it going. And it's just a bit of a tight period at the moment, a bit of readjustment and all that sort of thing, but we get that, don't we? in life, I suppose, more than we realise. What does that say about the police? And in fact, fucking yeah. Taxpayers in UK are now paying more on the national debt interest than on the entire educational budget. Yeah, I saw this thing, Boris, whatever you want to call him, stood there and pledged billions of pounds of our money to projects everywhere else apart from our country. And I read that and I thought, you've got no place being our Prime Minister, mister. But then who'd you replace him with? Who do you replace him with? My favourite programmes used to be Rent a Ghost and Paddington Bear. Oh, Christ, I remember Rent a Ghost. Jesus, that's going back a few years. Andy, Mark, the taxi driver that I met yesterday, told me his diesel bill for a month was £1,000. I can believe that. I mean, I'm at the moment, it used to cost me 35 quid to get to Gatwick and back, and it's about, well, may as well call it 90 miles from my house each way, and now it's about 60 quid. So everything's doubled in price, you can believe it. PJ Mosley, spot on with Maggie. They're just trying to put us all into debt, slave labour, don't want to fall into line and then go on social credits, no buses, no trains, etc. You feel like they're pushing us. You really feel like they're pushing us. Come on, folks, we need 2 more thumbs up to get to the 100. We've got 110 watching now, and just need 2 more for the ton on the thumbs up. So if you haven't done so already, give me a ka-chink on there. Yeah, we've done it, 101. I knew it wouldn't take much. Thank you very much, everyone. That's wonderful. When you get good statistics like that, off of a chat, it does help the algorithm find us. Yeah, William, 429 million to Ukraine, and Zelensky gets to chat to the lefties at Glastonbury. Isn't that very nice of him? Hector's House, Animal Magic, hi there from England. Hello, Bob Pittman, good to see you. Bring back the Listerine Dragons. I don't think I've heard of them. Favourite programme on a Sunday was Super Gran. Oh yeah, she was Scottish, wasn't she? Or supposedly. Hydrogen engine, the good energy kept from us. The secret is out. We had the real value. Community projects, community health, community leaders, community trust. 102, way to go, everybody. Excellent. 37 billion on track and trace as well, wasn't it? That's right, Tad, it was. It was. And what did they track and trace? Fuck all. I mean, I read on Twitter earlier that apparently, I think 2 million or 2 billion quid's been awarded for a contract to do with tests. You know, the kind. Why? Why do we need them? Isn't it all over? You have to wonder. Captain Puckwashers and other one. Jesus. Bagpuss. Oh, don't get me started on that. Bagpuss. The Golden Pyrrhics. Oh, there's loads here, isn't there? Right, everybody, we're coming up to 45-minute mark. I just want to mention my friend tomorrow, whose funeral it is at 12 o'clock in the afternoon. So we'll be going there for that. Tomorrow night, I have one plan and one plan only, and that is an appointment with a bottle of something. So if I'm not too drunk, I will be here. If I am drunk, I won't be, but I will be sure to inform you of that most definitely tomorrow. But I will be back on Tuesday. That's a definite, I promise. So tomorrow's a bit up in the air, really. Thank you all for coming on the Sunday night, and good to see you all. Thank you for your support, your likes, your comments, and your viewing figures, your viewership. I appreciate all that. You don't forget, you can find us on social media, on Facebook and Instagram, Twitter, all the usual suspects, and you can see on YouTube all the other bits and pieces we do as well. So until next time, have a good evening, everybody, and I'll see you then. Toodaloo.